So here's what I do when I'm eating ice cream. So I don't end up eating too much. I just put a little bit in here, and then yeah.
So I saw the hatching chick emoji and I figured I should make it a cake because it'd be perfect for Easter. And this is one of those emojis I never use because I don't know why I would. Tell me why y'all use this one. So I had to carve the cake, and it's a little tricky because of the way the head was shaped, but I managed to do it. So once I did the crumb coat and the final coat, I made sure it was perfectly smooth, and then I applied the fondant to it. This was a little tricky because of the shape of it, but I managed to do it. It was stressful though. Now I did the bottom portion of the egg. This is actually just a dog pan mold, and I flipped it upside down and made it work for this. So I did the crumb coat for this as well, and then I applied the final coat. And then for this cake, I didn't just do the traditional laying over method of fondant. I actually had to do the paneling method, and then I just used scissors to cut the cracked egg design. And now I stacked the cake. This part is always stressful, but I managed to do it. Now I'm just adding in the detail in the wings, and that's it. Let me know what emoji I should do next.
I had a leftover Guinness chocolate cupcake, and I decided to make a beer-inspired mini cake with it. I cut my cupcake in half, placed it on a small dessert board, and piped some Bailey's buttercream between the layers. I covered the sides and top of the cake in a thin layer of frosting, then did my best job smoothing it, chilled it, and then added on my second layer of buttercream. So I'm using white and kind of like a tan, brownish, yellow buttercream in an attempt to make it look like beer, and then I piped some white buttercream on top of it to look like foam. It turned out so cute, and I'm so happy that
St. Patrick's Day. Everyone's Irish tonight.
A long time ago I started an animal cake series, and I kind of dropped off on it, but I am ready to pick it back up with this elephant cake. I made it with pink funfetti cake layers. I added some American buttercream and of course some more sprinkles between each layer, and I used a variety of cake layers ranging from 7 inches to 4 inches to make this shape. Once I stacked all of my cake layers, I added a bubble tea straw just to help keep them all in place and prevent any sliding. Then I covered the cake in a thin crumb coat, and while it chilled, I worked on my Rice Krispie treat elephant trunk and legs. As you do this, you want to make sure you really compact your Rice Krispies together so that they keep their shape and are easy to frost. I covered the cake in a naturally colored black cocoa gray buttercream, and after I smoothed it using a small offset spatula, I used an acetate sheet to get it as smooth as possible. Then I used some pink, black, and white fondant to create the elephant's eyes, cheeks, and nails. After adding a bit of texture to its trunk, I pressed its ears into place and added some buttercream around them. So now the only question is, what animal should I do next?
Apparently, if your video is exactly 7 seconds long, you show up on people's For You page. Did it work?
Hi guys, we're decorating a cake and I'm so sorry that it's super fast, but I had to get it into 1 minute and it was a long process. So here we are, we're just stacking the layers and I'm putting jam, buttercream in. We use American buttercream, I just find it works best for our cakes. It tastes the nicest as well, I think, in my opinion. Don't come for me if you don't like it. And we're just colouring some buttercream here. We use colour milk in our buttercream and drips. It's just a lot better. It's a lot more vibrant than other colourings I find. I find it a lot better as well when you mix it with a drip. And then we're smoothing it out. Doesn't have to be perfect, just getting drips on. Let's be real. Those drips hide everything. And then I'm going to pipe some buttercream on. I've used a two-tone here, so I've put white and pink in the piping bag. And then I'm just putting like donuts on, macarons, pink gin, Lindors, mini eggs, and love hearts. It is adorable, this cake. I love it so much. Look at that. Just look at that. Babe.
Today we're making Snickers chocolate chip cookies, and I stuffed them with caramel. To begin, you need 1 cup of packed brown sugar, a half a cup of sugar, and 1 stick of cold unsalted butter chopped. You want to beat your butter and sugar together for no less than 5 to 10 minutes. When it's a nice smooth consistency, add in 2 eggs and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix until well combined, then add 3 cups of AP flour, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, and 3/4 teaspoons of salt and baking soda, 1 cup of chocolate chips, and half a cup of chopped up Snickers. You want to stuff each one with soft caramel candies. Bake at 350 for about 18 minutes, and you're done.
On my shoulder.